into that rhythm?
I think I was making shots. I made 5 threes tonight. I thought I did a good job kind of cutting to the basket. They were a very physical, very swarming team with the guys on the ball. So I was able to cut behind the defense, get a few dunks, and then be on the backside and be able to knock down a couple threes.
JJ mentioned that he felt like early defensively it wasn't there for you, but that you picked it up. And that defensive disposition as that went up, so your offense as well. How much does setting the tone defensively, I guess, help you on the offensive end?
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely a big part of my game is to kind of get myself going defensively for sure, kind of with, like you said, my disposition starting at the point of attack on usually the opposing team's best players. So trying to bring energy on that end of the floor. Hopefully it trickles down on the rest of the guys, and then obviously it'll help me a little bit on the offensive end too, just kind of get my body in a rhythm and a flow.
Max, to follow up on that a little bit with the defense, in the fourth quarter there was that pairing between you and Dorian on the wings defensively. Just kind of what did you make of that pairing there, in terms of what you guys were able to do on the defensive end?
Yeah, well, Doe's a great defender. He's got a lot of size. He's a big wing for sure, and so I think for us as a team that addition definitely helps us. And then you have me and Cam off the bench as well. Gabe, when he comes back from injury, we've got a lot of really good defenders, starting and then off the bench as well. So I think that pairing at the end of the game was great. I thought, we did a good job kind of holding them, holding their points, really trying to make sure that they weren't, scoring too much at the end of the last 2 minutes. So I thought me and Doe did a good job of that. I thought we did a good job rebounding the ball at the end too.
And Max, you took 16 shots, the second most besides, LeBron James, of course, and obviously it was working for you. When did you realize you were kind of in that flow state and feeling that rhythm, and how were you able to kind of be aggressive when other nights maybe that's not your responsibility?
I mean, honestly, I think I hit that three in the second quarter or something like that, my second stint. And then I hit another three after that. So, I felt pretty good. Even after I missed my first few shots, I still wanted to stay aggressive. I thought my positive self-talk was really good in that moment. And it was able to kind of keep me going. I hit a couple threes and had a couple nice reads on the backside to cut to the basket, get a few dunks. And I had 5 free throws as well, made every single one. So I just think tonight I was aggressive, I was assertive, and I stayed positive with my self-talk even after a little bit of a slow start.
Max, is the positive self-talk like internal dialogue? Are you kind of mouthing any words, or is it just what you're saying inside your?
No, it's positive. It's both actually. So a little bit of internal dialogue in my head, and then obviously it helps too to kind of voice it out to yourself. Just kind of you yourself actually hearing yourself talk positively. So it's definitely better than the opposite of kind of getting in your head and all that stuff. So it's kind of a strategy I've developed over a little bit of time. So.
Gotcha. Just thinking defensively, you get Dorian Finney-Smith comes in and he tends to scale upwards in terms of like 3, 4, 5 defending, mm-hmm. and so you're still counted on in the backcourt.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Gabe does that as well off the bench. But when you're looking at the next matchup, are you immediately thinking about like who the guy is, and how much has that changed night to night now that you're in that starting spot and they're kind of counting on you for that?
Yeah, I think tomorrow we got Trae Young to start, and a really good Atlanta team that's coming in hungry. So for me, that's kind of my main focus is Trae Young to start, and trying to do as good of a job on him as I can. I know Doe and Cam are going to pick up, the wings, and they can guard guards too as well. So I just think the core we have defensively of, me, Doe, Cam, Gabe when he comes back, I think we've got a lot of wings that can really defend, and I think we bring a lot of energy for this team, and I think it trickles down obviously on the offensive end too for us personally making shots. And then too, just energy plays, even easy baskets in transition when we get some steals, get some deflections. So I think the group that we have for us as a core on the defensive end is really, really good. And I know all of us kind of prepare on a night-to-night basis, to guard the guys that we are going to guard. So for me tomorrow, it's Trae Young, and obviously they got a couple other guys too, Bogdanovich and Hunter off the bench. So I think we're all kind of keen in on that and how we can do our job defensively to help this team win.
Max, you had a great performance tonight, and it was clear to see your confidence going to another level in each play. And how do you feel are you feeling after being one of the key players in the Lakers win tonight?
Yeah, it felt great. Tonight was a career night for me, so this is something that I want to hang on to and try to replicate as much as possible. But, just kind of seeing what I did, today, and my mindset going into the game, and how can I kind of repeat that for games to come as well, try to stay consistent, as best as possible with this. And I think for me, it just starts on the defensive end, which is great because that's something I can really control with my effort. I happen to make some shots tonight. I think I work hard enough to be able to see those results, but I'm not going to make shots every single night, so I still need to find a way to impact the game defensively, and I thought I did a good job of that.
And Max, since you entered the starting lineup, it feels like both you and Austin have taken your games to another level. What can you say just about how you guys have complemented each other?
Yeah, Austin's been phenomenal. Tonight he didn't necessarily shoot the ball well, but 11 assists, 8 rebounds, plus 10 on the plus minus. So he's still impacting the game in so many ways other than scoring. And for him being the lead ball handler now, his usage has gone up, and guys are really swarming him. They're picking him up full court. I thought he's done a phenomenal job kind of handling that pressure, staying poised and composed, in those situations. And I think for him, he's just, taking our team to another level too. He's just so dynamic. He's so good at basketball in general. He can shoot, he can pass, he rebounds the ball well for a guard. So having someone like him step up is absolutely phenomenal for us.
Max, back here. Congrats on the night. JJ's talked about pouring into you. He talks about your love of the game, your competitiveness. When he pours into you, when he's encouraging you, what does that look like, and how's that translating to you having a night like tonight?
I think he's obviously a very encouraging coach. Him being a player as well, he kind of knows, what guys need and how to help guys, play at their best. And he's done a phenomenal job, in my opinion, of encouraging everybody as a team, encouraging individuals as well. And I think for me, it just gives me all the confidence in the world to kind of go out there and play my game. So tonight I was able to do that. He was very encouraging, obviously, tonight. Of us as a team, even in the locker room after the game, it was a very encouraging win for us. Obviously, it was a kind of a gritty win against a really good Portland team that's very scrappy. So, his positivity for us in the locker room is absolutely phenomenal. That's something that we kind of lean on.
Max, everyone talks about kind of just your maturity and the juxtaposition of you and LeBron having such phenomenal nights tonight. But where does the maturity and the motivation to just set yourself to a different level standard come from?
I think first off, my family and my parents have done a phenomenal job putting me in positions to, be a good person. Obviously, learn a lot of things. They've raised me really well, and I think for me too, just kind of trying to find ways to continue to improve myself. Obviously on the court, but the mental side of the game, I've said it before, is super important to me, and I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the maturity that you guys say I have. So I appreciate that, but I think for me, just trying to find ways to continue to grow on the court and obviously mentally as well. I think those two go hand in hand, and so I've been putting in a lot of work, in my mind as well, and showed up tonight for sure.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks, guys.